I'm running the New York City Marathon with the help of Rana, who's also sponsoring this video. We're going to have a Q&A answering all my questions about how I got into running later in this video, but until then, today is my very first long run of this training block. I started on Wednesday with an easy run. That wasn't that easy, and it made me feel a little bit discouraged, but I constantly have to remind myself that it's not about the run, it's not about the speed, it's about the journey. Yeah, you know what? Yes. But today I'm going to take you guys with me on what it's like to have a runner girl summer, a runner girl morning, and prepare for my third marathon this year. And I'm feeling pretty good about it. The coffee's ready and breakfast is waiting to be made, so let's get into it. This is my favorite creamer. And this is Bruce's favorite creamer. Okay, the coffee has been consumed, which I've been trying to avoid doing that on an empty stomach, but I'm not being very good about it. But the one thing I feel like running has taught me is that what you eat before you run really matters. This morning, we're starting with some delicious little oatmeal. I love oatmeal. I love an oatmeal. My first marathon I trained for completely by myself. My brother and I just decided on a whim that we were going to do it in 12 weeks. So my goal for training with that one specifically, which was the Honolulu Marathon, was that I was just going to run as much as I can, as far as I can every time I get a chance. And I don't know if that's the right or proper way to do training, but I can tell you when it came to actually running the marathon, I was going through it. My first half marathon of the race was phenomenal. I felt great. I felt fine. I kind of had my runner's high for a long majority of it. But then when mile 16 hit, I realized I had 10 more miles to go, and I crashed out. So I knew that if I was going to run another marathon, I had to do something a little bit different, which is how I found out about the app Runna. Runna is the reason that I ran the London Marathon, and my training plan looked completely different. I had the chance to just have different kinds of workouts as I was going. Like, I didn't even know what an interval training was, but now I do, and they're really difficult, but they pay off in the long run. I didn't realize is how much it matters to do actual weight training workouts for each of your individual legs during your training. And I feel like during the London Marathon, the one thing that I really noticed a massive progression in, or like benefit from using a training app like Runna, is that it made me not sore the whole run. I like at no point had like knee pain, ankle pain, hip pain, like all the muscles that hurt during Honolulu, absolutely no difference. And I said at the beginning that I'm not really somebody who's running for a good time. I'm running for a good time, not like a good time, you know what I mean? The crazy thing is that I actually ran the race 30 minutes faster with no pain. The one thing I actually did wrong during the London Marathon though was my nutrition. I was not in check. I didn't eat the right things, take my gels at the right time, and that's an Anna problem. But thankfully I can go through different articles that are in my Runna app, or even just talk to some of the coaches to get an idea of what to change before my next marathon. I'm definitely going to be leaning into that and trying to figure out what's the best food for me, and that's also why we're eating a really good hearty breakfast. And I had pasta last night, because I feel like that's like the one thing that I really want to focus on during this marathon, is having my nutrition in check. And now we have to get ready. And we're ready for a run. I'm also going to wear these headphones, but the truth is that I don't really like wearing these headphones because I like my ones that wrap around my ear, but I fear I left them on the airplane because I haven't been able to find them since, so. I feel like the hardest part of these runs is that I'm always starting too fast because I have the most energy. I'm just trying to make sure I stay low because it's progressive. Okay, I know I'm running in the middle of the day, but it is so much hotter out than I thought it was gonna be. 2 miles. Okay, we're at like 2.5 miles, and I'm getting my first side stitch. And the secret is literally just to breathe through it. It's gonna hurt, and you're gonna get them. You just gotta keep like, or sometimes pushing on it helps too. Like, you just run through it every time. Also, this middle mile is a different time than the first, so it was 9:40 first. Now we're in like the 9:20 range. I am going for one of those after this. Woo! Last mile. I'm just gonna vibe about this last mile. As long as I walk it, if I'm really not feeling like it, but feeling pretty good today. Yeah. I'm chilling, so let's like speedy recap for a second. That run, this may be the hottest weather I've ever run, and I don't know why I chose to run in the middle of the day. That's actually not usually like me. I was just trying to be like a productive girly, but I'm now understanding why people run at 5 a.m. I'm starting to understand why that's probably the smarter choice than 10 a.m. because I'm like normally not a sweat person, and I am drenched. Every inch of me is precipitated right now. But the good news is we did it, and I'm really excited to get a snack. I told you that I was gonna get a Bravo toast. That was nice. That was a good run. That was harder than I thought it was gonna be. I actually feel like I always get surprised how much I lose my training after I haven't run for a little bit. And that feels a little discouraging, I'm not gonna lie to you. Right now I really want to stretch, and while I stretch, I really want to yap with you about some questions that I asked you over on my Instagram. I also want to reiterate, today's training was really hard, but I would not be here or able to train in the way that I do, or honestly, run marathons as I do if I didn't have the help of Runna to keep me on track and keep me dialed in. So something that's kind of fun is this week I actually got to finally tell the app that I was running the New York Marathon, and in that process it built me a perfect customized schedule to fit exactly into my schedule with how much I want to run or how many workouts I want to do, and to properly train me to get to the point of running the New York Marathon, hopefully with a new PR, because I think that's my greatest goal, is just to run what I did a little bit faster. And so whenever somebody asks me, like this first question, how can someone get started running that hasn't before? Personally, I think having the app is the best part. What I truly did is I just went for a run, and I ran remarkably slower than I think I need to. I think that that's a really big insecurity for a lot of people, is like, oh, but what if I start walking while I'm running? No one cares. No one's even noticed if you're running, to be honest. If anything, people also don't know, which is really encouraging in my opinion, if you're on mile 1 or mile 16. Do you know what I mean? Maybe you're really tired because you've already run 3 marathons today and they just don't know it. No one knows. So I feel like kind of that little bit of like carelessness in a way, or just like awareness that it doesn't really matter, is what really helps me feel like I'm cheerleading myself and encouraging myself to keep pushing my body and my mind. How do you stay consistent? I've tried to start running before, but I can't seem to stick with it. I feel like having an app that's telling me when to run really helps, because otherwise I feel like I lose track of what days I even ran. When I have an app where I wake up and it gives me a notification saying, hey, don't forget you're gonna go to the gym today and do an interval training. Hey, don't forget you're going for a little easy run today. I feel like seeing that I have it on the agenda just feels like it's added to my checklist, and it honestly keeps me on track to keep going to the gym and to keep working out in that way, and not make me feel like I have to make up those workouts every day, because then I feel like if I'm like, oh, I would like to run today, I also would like to lay on the couch, and I will probably pick the couch. But if my phone or a checklist is like, you need to get this done because you really want to be able to finish this marathon, and Maybe that's what the secret is. Impending doom. I'm not trying to be crazy, but what got me into running is straight up signing up for a marathon and signing up for a triathlon and knowing that if I didn't train, I would not be able to do it. So maybe it's time for a 5K. Maybe it's time for a 10K. I fear failure. I literally, when I think of failure, this is, oh, this stretch is gonna feel, oh my gosh. What is your favorite running gear, favorite shoes, and favorite clothing brands? Okay, I am pretty tried and true to loving Lululemon for running. That's what I ran in today. That blue set was from Lululemon. That was actually from when I ran London Marathon. I just still have product from what they had gifted me because I got to choose from a selection of clothing, and that was within my race day kit. And honestly, those outfits fit the best, feel the best. I love the sports bras. I love the t-shirts that goes over top, the tank tops, the t-shirts, the long sleeves. I've also seen a lot of girlies like Free People. I too like Free People. I love a good Free People matching set. I think their colors are what are really attractive to me. They're not as sweat wicking as I would like, and sometimes I feel like my leggings slide a little bit, so it kind of depends on the distance of the run. If I'm looking for something a bit more technical, I'm gonna pick Lululemon. For shoes, I have a lot. Hang on, let me show you. Oh my gosh, this avocado toast is curing me right now. Okay, shoes, let's yap about it. For me, my race day shoes are these guys. These are my New Balances. They're a fuel cell, super comp fuel cell. I don't know exactly how to tell which one is the good one for you to buy. There's like a few different ones, but mine have the plate in the bottom, the energy arc. I got gifted these after I ran my first triathlon from New Balance, and I went on my first run wearing them, and I have not changed for distance runs. I have not changed. These have been my go-to, both marathons I've run thus far have been in these shoes. Not these ones exactly, I've actually upgraded since. I had a blue pair and now I have an orange pair. Unfortunately, can't give them up because I get no pain when I'm running in these. And also New Balances for me is one of the few shoe brands that offers wide. And I have very wide feet. I know. Yeah, that's a lot. That's something I've told the internet. So because of that, I can get these in a bigger size and in a wide. These are actually a size 9, and I'm normally a size 8 or an 8.5. So I size up a half size to a whole size, and I also get wide. And I have not had any, I lost a toenail in my first pair of these because I had a size 8. Simple as that. I had a size 8 wide, and I lost a toenail. And so I switched up to a 9 wide, and I didn't lose a toenail in London. So, you heard it here first, folks. I love her, and I love her. Do we see what I'm seeing? Very similar. I actually do all my triathlons in my Hokas, except for my long distance tri. I do really love them. I've always been a Clifton girly. These are like maybe my first pair of shoes that I ever had that were like cutie stylish tennis shoes. I usually will buy them from Free People too, so I get really cute colorways. These are the Fresh Foam 1080s. This is the difference between these two shoes. You ready? Can you tell? These are wide. They are the same usability for me, truthfully. They're my shorter runs, they're my more casual runs, they're my more playful runs. I wear these ones a bit more when I don't know that I'm gonna be athletic. I wear these ones when I know that I'm gonna be athletic and I need that good support. That kind of covers gear though. I also am obsessed with Beyond Yoga. They're not my best running set, but they are one of my favorite athleisure sets. And favorite even workout gym day set. I don't wear them on runs as often because they're a little bit of a softer material. I feel like they're a smidgen more Pilates princess energy versus runner girl energy. Honestly, I want to keep snacking on this. My legs feel good and my back feels, I'm gonna do a downward dog. Honestly, as of right now, the sun is still shining and I kind of feel like getting a little bit more sunshine as if I didn't get enough sun for today. So what do you guys say about going to the rooftop and answering the rest of these questions while I enjoy the rest of my avocado toast, okay? I think we should do it. That's me telling, not asking, let's go. Oh, I need a water. Okay, now it's me telling, not asking, let's go. Come on. Come here. If you ever wonder where I am, in general, it's here. And I cannot be bothered. How do you deal with weather during runs when it's super hot, when it's raining, when it's really cold? Do we want to talk about that today? I'm still trying to catch up on my hydration. Oh my gosh, stop. Where do I start? You've inspired me to start running. Okay, wait, I love that for us. I'm so happy that you're starting to run. I hope that I get to be in a run club with you soon. Honestly, what kind of freaks me out sometimes is that when you really think about it, people are like, oh my gosh, I can only run 2 miles. That is like, I'm going to say 20 minutes, which isn't a fair thing because not everyone can run a 10-minute mile, but I think in the mental thing of it, let's say it's 30 minutes. When I break it down like that, it doesn't seem that intimidating. For example, today's run was 45 minutes. 45 minutes of my entire day and I feel this good. And I get to tell everyone that I ran 5 miles today. Do you know what I mean? It really, in the grand scheme of it, isn't as long as you think it is. It really is the mental game. Make a good playlist. Go out. Run as much as you can. Walk as much as you want. If you're thinking about walking, first off, ask yourself, do I really want to walk, or is my body just telling me to stop pushing myself? Because I think you'll be surprised how often you could keep going and you just choose to start walking. Enjoy yourself. Don't think about, maybe even sometimes the better option too is saying, my goal today is to run for 30 minutes. It's not to run a distance. And just start running for 30 minutes a day. And I think you'd be surprised how much more distance you're going to start to fit into your 30 minutes a day. And I think you'll be really surprised that 30 minutes is not that intimidating once you do it a few times. What do you listen to so you don't get bored on a run? You guys are going to hate this answer. I listen to my thoughts and Gracie Abrams. What's your training routine outside of running, weightlifting, yoga? Okay, great question. I'm so glad you asked. Right now, my runner schedule has me working out 5 days a week, and 2 rest days is pretty good for me. If I'm home or I have a rest day, I will just stretch a bunch or do like a yoga or kind of Pilates, but I normally will try to minimize weight on my non-weightlifting day. But even if I'm not running, I'm walking a lot during the day or going on walks. I try to walk my neighborhood pretty often, like go for coffee walks in the morning. So yeah, I don't really do anything else, especially with some exciting other news that you guys are gonna hear about soon. I will normally bake in swimming and biking as well. And I'm not afraid to do those on the same days that I do my runs. How to avoid injuries. This is such a good question, and I think this goes hand in hand with Runna, and the reason that I had such a great time during my Runna training experience, it's because it showed me how to ease into new workouts. I really mean that. Like, somebody had warned me, like, don't go from like this mileage. I'm gonna spill some tea right now. When I ran Honolulu, you guys are gonna hate me saying this out loud. My long runs went 6 miles, 8 miles, half marathon, 16. And that was all the long runs that I did. I ran 16 miles once before the marathon, and that was the farthest that I had gone, and I think that's why I struggled with so much knee, hip pain, and the recovery after Honolulu probably took me somewhere between 2 and 3 weeks to even be able to go back on a run again. London, I ran 6 miles the Sunday after the marathon. I ran another 6 miles and like felt out of this world phenomenal. Yeah, to avoid injuries, I highly recommend easing into your workouts, strength training your legs individually, because what you only think about is like when you're running, you're catching yourself on each leg, which means each leg is holding all your weight, alternating. I feel like training my leg muscles prior to London is the reason that I had no pain points, struggles, soreness, Charlie horses, and I had no issues with that. And also just staying hydrated and things like that, obviously, and good stretching beforehand. I think people often when they go on runs are like, oh, I'll just start with walking and then I'll start running, or like, oh, I'll just run slow and I'll build up and that'll be fine. Do even a 3-minute stretch before your run. I feel like it also makes me run faster. I don't know who said it, but I did. I think that's a wrap on today's vlog. We officially ran our first long run of marathon training, and I doubt this will be the last time that you see me showing you some of this marathon training and prep for New York City. I am so happy that you're here. I can't wait to share more of this journey and the rest of my life with y'all. And I love you. It is what it is. You're stuck with it. Bye, guys. Wait, before you go, don't forget to check out the description box down below. If Runna sounded exciting for you, I can tell you from first-hand experience that I absolutely love the app and love getting to partner with them. So I want to say one more thank you to Runna for being a part of this video, but also don't forget to check out my referral code down below to get your own experience with the app. You don't need to be left out of the fun. You can join in with me. So I hope that you guys check it out. Thank you again for watching today's video. Don't forget to stay tuned in, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below anything else or any other questions for runner tips that I can add in to whatever our next running vlog is going to be. I can't wait to see you in New York City. Bye!